Yes, nearly run out of clothes. Wow, can you honestly believe it? 2020 is legit, like almost over. Like it's just 10 more days and we can put this disgusting, pitiful, and downright not cash money year right in our rear view. And instead of us reminiscing together on all the COVID restrictions, COVID closures, COVID infected loved ones, I thought I'd be positive and say, let's look ahead at what's to come in 21. I hope this show gets hit with a little rebrand so Barrymore doesn't set a hitman after me, but we'll see. Cue that poorly drawn intro and let's do this thing. Ayo, and welcome to another episode of Drew's News Live, the greatest yet lowest budgeted show on YouTube, bringing you dining, robotics, entertainment, world, and sports news, all within the time it takes to shower. Yeah, you can watch me in the shower, or vice versa. Let's get straight into dining news. In dining news, hey, new stimulus deal. That's all you're getting for that. Since I've been bringing y'all the serious, hard-hitting topics, well, for a little now, like how restaurants and citizens are getting treated like stepchildren by the government, how the COVID guidelines are forcing restaurants to downsize their staff to stay open, and educating you on what the LA County COVID guidelines even are. I thought we'd take a break from the issues you probably don't think about, and instead do a segment on the stuff you definitely think about. Food. Specifically, any holiday foods and deals you can get in the days leading up to Christmas. I'll go in sort of a breakfast, lunch, and dinner pattern, but mind you, feel free to grab any of these treats at any time. What's the Christmas season without some peppermint mochas or gingerbread coffees from Starbucks or Dunkin', while scarfing it all down with a fun-shaped donut from Krispy Kreme? Or maybe some holiday pancakes from IHOP. Damn, I'm getting hungry. Well, it could be midday, but if you're not feeling dinner just yet, why not order some stacked pizza boxes from Pizza Hut, or remember to cash in on those McDonald's rewards for the day. Be sure you have the app. But if the family keeps hassling you to serve dinner at 3 p.m. like a bunch of Caucasian guests, make sure you stuff your face and everyone else's with a nice honey-baked ham. Availability may vary near. And for dessert, there's only one true superior fast food holiday dessert, and that's Chick-fil-A's peppermint shake, which you definitely have to try. And no, I'm not getting paid advertisement to say any of this. I'm just a guy who likes food. And what's a little Christmas joy without one bad thought to ruin it all? Southern California doesn't have any more ICU beds to care for COVID-19 or any patients who need it. So, well, until emergency use ones are set up. But hey, just keep eating your food. In robotics and tech news, if you're thinking about getting your cousin or PlayStation friend here, do not, because specifically on the PlayStation Store, the game's getting pulled. Like a king pulling me off the set. Wait, what the? Sony announced they'd be giving PlayStation users a refund of the game because SIE strives to ensure a high level of consumer satisfaction. Therefore, they will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via PlayStation Store. That's their answer, by the way, to that question. So apparently on the PS4, well, just don't even try to play this game on your PlayStation 4, as it's said to just be a horrible time. How horrible, you ask? Imagine that time you went up to a nice cabin for the winter in Big Bear 12 years before COVID. And you, yes, you, clogged up the only toilet you and 5 other people were sharing. That's how bad of a time it is playing Cyberpunk 2077 on the PlayStation 4. PlayStation 5 is eh.
Nobody's paying me to be nice, and I'll do what I want. When I get hired, I'll dumb it down, maybe get a haircut, yeah.
With that guy said, customers kept demanding their money back, to which Sony and SIE caved into and offered customers a refund for however much they paid for the game. This bit took a little longer than I thought, so how about I wrap up the intelligence briefing of the cyber attack and what we know so far on this week's podcast of DMP. In entertainment news, so browsing through entertainment news, and I was thinking, well, people are at home, or going to be home and wanting to do stuff in the days leading up to Christmas, so what's some content that they can binge watch, besides me? So I came across an e-news listing of photos of the craziest true crime TV moments, and after they listed a bunch of Netflix specials, I was like, I'll do a list of my own of the craziest true crime stories I've watched throughout 2020. Mind you, COVID kept us all at home, so there was a ton of shit to watch and to choose from because we were home all the damn time. So my list of 8 might not look like yours, but feel free to comment yours below. Right off the bat, Tiger King, The Keepers, Inside the Mind of Aaron Hernandez, all those hands down, my favorite or most craziest that come to mind. I'd probably also keep 3 from that list, like Surviving R. Kelly, Making a Murderer, and Don't F with Cats is the ones people definitely need to watch. And as far as the last 2, probably The Devil Next Door is also a crazy good one. And Trial 4. Trial 4 will make you want to throw your TV out the damn window in rage because police would not leave this poor guy alone. Plus, stories and pieces like Trial 4 are why I became a journalist in the first place, so please hire me. Is this entertaining for you? Watching me beg? In world news, I figured since you probably just heard about the COVID vaccine and started complaining about it, or making memes of it, I figured let me take you through what it is and who's actually getting the COVID vaccine in each country, hopefully relevant to you. And medical residents are apparently not in some US universities' distribution plans, but that's a topic for another day. So Pfizer and Moderna's vaccine. What's in both? Well, Pfizer/Biotech's vaccine is composed of stuff I'll keep up right here since it has words I can barely pronounce, and contains an ingredient you should be aware of called polyethylene glycol. Why? Because according to The Hill, an Alaskan medical worker and 2 other British healthcare workers began experiencing an allergic reaction possibly linked to this ingredient, but hey, The CDC and English equivalents are working to determine what the actual cause for reaction was. Back to the main topic, the vaccine. We know what's in Pfizer's vaccine, and Moderna has much of the same chemical makeup. Almost. Both vaccines, though, have been granted emergency use authorization by the Food and Drug Administration in the US, with both having to be given in 2 doses. As far as who's getting the vaccine first around the world, in the US, healthcare workers, including frontline workers and the elderly, are being treated first, with essential workers going to be vaccinated in the next round. Prepare for that theme. In Canada, frontline healthcare workers and residents of long-term care homes received the first COVID-19 vaccines. In Spain, residents and staff of care homes, other healthcare workers, and people with serious disabilities who are not in a care facility are set to get the vaccine first. And in England and Germany, well, it doesn't really matter who's getting the vaccine first, since Christmas is canceled over there. Wrapping up with sports news, I knew that Rose Bowl piece wasn't going to age well, and I should have waited for the Rose Bowl officials to give their final decision on the event, but hey, I seriously thought they were going to stay in Pasadena because, well, despite the coronavirus, it's Pasadena, basically Texas. Anyway, it's reported that the Rose Bowl committee is set to pack up and move to AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas next year because of the rising California COVID numbers, and so that some spectators and family members can see their teams play. Speaking of hair-pulling college football decisions, should Notre Dame have made the college football playoffs after losing to Clemson? Or should someone else, like Texas A&M, have taken their place? I know, college football is frustrating. And rather than conclude with a heartwarming story about Tiger Woods playing golf with his kid, why don't we conclude with the college football / athletic theme with a lawsuit regarding student athletes. With this one regarding antitrust laws and how they apply to student athletes. According to ESPN, quote, the High Court on Wednesday agreed to review a court decision in an antitrust lawsuit the NCAA has said blurred the line between student athletes and professionals by removing caps on compensation that major college football and basketball players can receive. The case is set to be reviewed by the court next year, and the last time a court ruled on this athletic compensation case was back in May, with a panel from the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, quote, barring the NCAA from capping education-related compensation and benefits for student athletes in Division I football and basketball programs. As always, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I've been your host, Andrew Alonzo. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more stupid, dumb content like this. Or if you hated what you saw and just like me for my voice, don't worry, I have a podcast on SoundCloud where you can listen to me break down last week's headlines in simple, satirical ways. I need to get better at posting on Twitter, but yeah, you can follow me there for retweets and tweets and such things like that. Happy holidays to you and your family. Hope Santa delivers lots of weird Nordic tableware and can deliver me a job. Please, someone hire me. I gotta prep the cows for milking for Santa's arrival, so I'll see y'all next time.